Hey guys, I'm Adrienne Smith, local realtor here in Carrollton, Georgia with Realty Now, and today we are sitting with Miss Jerry Eady at Jerry's Country Kitchen, who I know is no stranger to many of you. Jerry's Country Kitchen is such a staple in Carrollton. I thought it would be fun to sit down and just hear a little bit more about the history.
That I have been very blessed. God has been good to me, and I want to praise His name always. But we started back in the late 70s, I guess, or in the 70s. And I've been here over 40 years. I have met a lot of wonderful, wonderful people. We have had, the first morning I came in, I felt like I was resented a lot from the back help to the front help. But we had somebody walk in at 5 o'clock and they were looking for 184 biscuits from one of the local churches in town. And my biscuit maker didn't come in, so who made them? I wasn't afraid of making biscuits, made them all my life. So I just jumped in and we got them all out by the time the people come to pick them up. So that was the way I started my first morning.
Oh my gosh. So beyond that, was it pretty busy immediately? Did you start having regulars immediately?
Well, I think most of it, when they first started coming in, they just wanted to check me out and see if I was the real deal, that I was going to stay here, that I knew what to do.
Mm-hmm.
But my parents had a farm that I grew up on. It was 7 children in our family. My mother was homemaker of Georgia in 1955, and she taught all her children to cook. She said, y'all all have learned to cook. So
yes.
We all knew how to make biscuits and cornbread.
Homemaker of Georgia, that was like an award. It was a big deal at the time.
1955, it was very big deal. She was also Mother of the Year for Carroll County. We had a big 4-H club.
Mother of the Year?
Here in Carroll County, and we were always in 4-H club. We had a wonderful fair back then that all the 4-H club put their canned stuff on display. Mother made us do perfect cans of tomatoes and green beans so she could have our name on them and let us be representative in the country fair that came to town.
So you've been doing this for a lot longer than just Jerry's
probably
Country
11
Kitchen.
years old when I won the best cornbread at the fair, and so I've been cooking and baking for a long time.
Oh my goodness. So what area was the farm in that you grew up on?
It was Treasure Oak, farm Treasure Oak, even though our parents gone and have been for some times, but we still have the farm and it's still intact. And
that's
we
neat.
have the big barn. Sometimes we have a cousin party because I had my own built-in playmate because I had a twin sister. And things happened on the farm and they said, who did that? And they said the twin. So we got blamed for a lot of
everything. And then I guess y'all blamed each other and traded and all kinds of mischief.
We were always into something. It was the gathering place for all the kids because we had horses and we rode lots of horses and had lots of friends down every afternoon. And our mother would have Kool-Aid and cookies, and we had big old dough bowls of tea cakes, and everybody loved my mother's tea cakes.
Oh wow, so everyone's talented with baking and cooking and things like that in your family, not just you. Oh wow. And so what made you decide to open up Jerry's Country Kitchen?
Well, my husband wanted me to open, and the guy that started the business was called Papa Pete, and he wanted me to take it, and he just went on and on about it. And I was with a college back then, and I didn't want to leave it. I had my teacher's retirement. I was in their accounting office, and I didn't want to. Never worked on holidays, and always had a long vacation. And,
oh gosh, that changes with the restaurant life.
And so about 3 years after that, almost 3 years, they finally taught me into doing it. So and every day for at least 6 or 8 weeks, I said, Sammy, I can't do this. I don't want to do this. But here I am, stuck it out over 40 years.
Oh my gosh,
I've met a lot of wonderful people.
Yes, that's incredible. So what's something that, well, I guess you've already talked about this a little bit, something that most people don't know about you?
Oh, well, people think I didn't know how to do a cook or anything, but being raised on the farm, you learn to have a garden, and you didn't sleep like the children do today till lunchtime. We were up by 5:30 or 6 o'clock in the morning. We had to get the garden hoed out before it got too hot. And I was my daddy's tractor driver. He kept wanting boys to be raised some boys, but he had 5 girls. So I drove his tractor and plowed his fields while he went off to work, and he worked at Southwire, so he left early.
Okay. So not born with a silver spoon in your hand. You have been working since you were born.
And I'm so glad my family taught me how to work, that
That's
I'm not
huge.
afraid of it.
Yeah, so many people don't really get that work ethic anymore.
And they ask me, a lot of people ask me why I'm work, that I'm going on 82, and they said, why are you still working? And I just said, I am thankful that I can work, and that my parents taught me that. They taught me how to love God, and they taught me how to work. And
How to love working, too.
And to love the people you cook for is one of the things Mother always taught us.
Yes.
I tell you, these people that walk in the door, it just thrills me and my heart. It gives me lots of joy to see these smiling children come in my place
That's
and
wonderful.
see me out somewhere, and they say, there's Miss Jerry.
Yeah, you are kind of a local celebrity. So even though you didn't necessarily want to start this, it's been a huge blessing in the long run.
By all means,
That's
it surely
great.
has.
Yeah. So the people that work here with you and for you, has it been the same crew for a long time?
I have. Some of them have worked for me 30-something years, some of them for 28 years. And we've had the same dishwasher now for about 7 years. And that's usually the one I get changeover most, but she stuck with me through a lot.
Golly,
And,
7 years. Hardly anyone even stays anywhere that long for
my
work anymore.
biscuit maker has been here a long time.
Oh,
And
yeah.
my girl that cooks lunch. And each person has a certain job, but I teach them I tell them to learn everything.
Yeah.
Don't be stuck with one thing, because I need, somebody's out, you need to pitch in.
Need to pitch in without getting too stressed out. So are all the recipes top secret?
Oh, no. I had one guy from Alabama just talked about my biscuits, and he just wanted to know how I made it. I took him all the way to the back and showed him my flour I was using, and I told him I got it from Tanner's and grocery stores, and so we just make it the same way I did when I was a little girl. We
That's
just use
amazing.
that rising flour, and we put shortening in it, and we use buttermilk, and we make them up with our hands, and then roll them out and put them on the pan.
I bet it's no use for anyone to try to make them though. Even if they had the same ingredients, they wouldn't taste like yours and they'd just be back again.
Well, I had one woman that wanted to know how to do this, and she bought the flour I'm using, and she took my biscuit maker after she got through home with her up to Fairfield, paid her $50 to make her some biscuits so she could learn to make them. And that girl was so delighted. She was thrilled to death, and talked about going to make biscuits for this lady.
Oh, good. So she was able to recreate them and make them taste delicious and everything.
Well, I think you have to make a lot to make them like
that's
this.
true.
But my granddaughter, Emma Jane Eady, is 15, and I've got to keep her a couple of days a week as she has gotten older. And every evening before her parents pick her up, I'm cooking, and I'm either having biscuits or cornbread, and I let her make them for her. And I tell her all the time, you bring any of your friends that you want to home with you. This house is always welcome. So she told her French class just recently, before she got out of school, they were talking about food that France ate. She said, well, my grandmother can cook that. And she said we could bring anybody I wanted to her house, and we could go to her house and let her cook. And one of the attorneys in here heard about it. He said, Jerry, I didn't know you had to cook French cuisine. I said, all you have to do is put a lot of butter and a lot of cream. Just make it good and rich. So I had that little class come by, and we made quiche for them. I think it was about 29 in the class, but we made about 48 of little miniature quiche, and they took them to school the next day, and they had a delightful time with them. They said that my mama wouldn't let this crowd in her kitchen, but I was delighted that keeping young people around you makes you feel young too.
What do you think customers would say they love most about Jerry's Country Kitchen?
Oh, I think they like the atmosphere, the homeness of it, the friendliness of them, and they love these biscuits.
You have a lot of regulars that come in every day, I guess?
I do.
Wow.
These people that come in every day are just to get to be my family. I have one guy that I don't even ask when I see him driving up. I already put his breakfast on and have it about ready by the time he sits down, because he eats the same thing every morning.
Oh my gosh.
My little girls out front, they have been with me since they started in junior high school. They went through junior high school, graduated from college, and still works for me. Got married, have children. They still come back and help me when I need, when some of my regulars are taking off vacation.
Oh, that's wonderful.
They're delighted to come back and help us out. They get to see their old friends too.
Any odd requests that you've had from people that come in?
Oh, well, sometimes we feel like they think they're at the comfort of home when they come in. They say, will you put my biscuit back in the oven and make it round? We call those DB. We have one guy that wants his, he calls it field dress. That means to have it, the insides taken out. You just get a top and a bottom, and you get brown it. We have some that wants it to lay it on the grill and toasted biscuits. So I just do whatever they ask me. I'm up for anything.
That's definitely not something you can get just anywhere, for sure. And you mentioned that you've had a lot of people come in from other states.
Oh, well, we had somebody from Minnesota this morning, and somebody from Indiana also this morning. We had somebody from Texas yesterday. We had somebody from Mexico one day this week. So we have them quite a bit from all over the states because they come in and stay on vacation at Fairfield, and they tell them where's a good place to eat, and they say you have to hit Jerry's Country Kitchen, and they tell them where I'm at. The Marriott downtown tells them where I'm at, so it's always great. We have the People's Choice. We have won that for about 7 years straight.
I believe it.
That is.
Are you guys? I mean, y'all have to be one of the longest running.
We are the oldest restaurant in town.
Oh my gosh, I didn't think about that till just now. That's just incredible.
My excess food every day I take to the women's center, the shelter for battered women, and I take some to Alice's house. Sometimes I take older people that live around. I take them a plate of food, not every day, but I take them somewhere like once or twice a week, and just share it around. They're always so delighted to see me. Sometimes they say, you're bringing too much food, I'm getting fat, so I'm delighted to help them out.
Oh, well, that's wonderful.
It's just the love for the people.
Yeah, well, that's incredible. We're definitely lucky to have you in Carrollton. Well, is there anything else you want to add or tell people about?
Well, just come to see me.
Yeah,
We love to have you.
Thank you so much, Miss Jerry.